And
They can get
no,
one.
you need.
Order the Franklin County Community School Corporation regular school board meeting. This is Monday, February 9th. To start, we invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
All right, I got Mr. Riley as my helper here. On three. 1, 2, 3, go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You all may be seated. Excellent. We will begin with a roll call. Jessica Brennan, I am present. Greg Burris.
Here.
Beth Foster.
Here.
Katie Holman.
Here.
Kevin Kaiser. Mr. Kaiser is not present tonight. Kim Simonson.
Here.
And Brandy Wilson.
Here.
Excellent. Excellent. We will now move to our celebrations.
Well, just before that, if you would not mind, and I reached out to the board earlier, asking for a bit of an agenda change, if that's okay. A little late in this portion, I would ask if it's okay with the first, second discussion and vote, that we add an agenda item under new business. This would be new business B, and this would be recommending our Brookville redevelopment appointee tonight. And so at that point, when we get down to B, I would make my recommendation towards whom could be our Brookville redevelopment appointee there. So to make that agenda change, I would need a first, a second discussion, and then a vote. So again, just looking to add that B under new business. With that being said, I need a first, if willing, second discussion and vote to make the agenda change. That's all we're doing is making the agenda change.
So moved. Beth Foster.
I second it.
Katie second. Any discussion? All in favor to add that agenda item? Raise your hand.
at 6:00.
Thank you very much. Now back to the celebration. Well, tonight we have a couple different things to celebrate as well as a program spotlight. We're going to start things off with our January staff members of the month. We want to start things first and foremost with our January Educator of the Month. If I can have Mr. Brandon Cowan come up here and join us, give him a big round of applause. Right next to me over here. Franklin County Community School Corporation is proud to recognize Mr. Brandon Cowan, special education teacher at Franklin County High School, as our Educator of the Month. Mr. Cowan attends IU East and is actively working towards his degree in special education. He has been a dedicated member of the FCCSC family for the past 3 years, consistently demonstrating a strong commitment to students and staff. Brandon was nominated for this honor by a parent who shared the following: "I want to thank Brandon for being such a positive and helpful staff member. I have an 8th grader and a freshman. Mr. Cowan has made an impact on both. He coaches the middle school boys basketball team and is just such a great coach. He stays positive, but still pushes the kids to be the best they can. He offered to help my freshman with algebra, even though my student doesn't have him as a teacher. He always seems to go above and beyond to help students and athletes succeed. I appreciate what he has done for my kids. In addition to his role in the classroom, Brandon serves at FCCSC in numerous capacities. He's a girls varsity head golf coach and boys varsity co-head golf coach at FCHS." You wrote this one, man.
No, that's the other coach.
Oh, very good. Like, you give me a funny look.
No, I'm not.
Oh, very good. The 7th grade boys basketball coach at FCMS, an assistant in the FCHS athletic department, and co-sponsor of the FCHS Bleacher Bums. Beyond school, he assists the Golden Acres team at Franklin County 4-H Fair and is actively involved in the BRBC Church Youth Group. That's a bunch. In your free time, as if you have any, Brandon enjoys golfing, bowling, playing cards, and video games, attending FCHS athletic events whenever possible, and spending time with family and friends. When asked about the best part of his job, Mr. Cowan shared, "The best parts of my job are getting to help FCHS students learn and grow as individuals and having the opportunity to see students thrive in and out of the classroom. I have such a great team in our department that has taught me so much, and I continue to learn from them. I also enjoy getting to work with so many fantastic teachers and spending time with Mr. Riley, Mr. Stacy, and Mr. Kuntz at athletic events. FCC extends its sincere appreciation to Mr. Cowan for his dedication, passion, and outstanding service to our students and community." And I just want to add on one extra piece here. I have had an opportunity to see a lot of educators in my years as an administrator, and every once in a while, you see the natural teacher. There's a lot of people who work on it and they become incredible. Sometimes you see the naturals. This man right next to me is a natural, and we're really, really pleased and thankful to have him. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Make your way on around. One more time for
Keep going, buddy.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for all the dedication, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, Brandon, tell us who you have with you tonight. Let's
Uh,
introduce them as well.
I got my brother, Austin, my stepdad, Mike, my mom, Amy, and my sister, Chloe, back there.
Well, thank you for borrowing every single day. Well done. What an incredible person he is to be with us. I really appreciate that. Thank you once again. One more time, Mr. Brandon Cowan.
Thank you.
Next up, we want to welcome up our support staff of the month for January. Let's welcome Miss Becky Cox. Hello. How are you? All right. Franklin County Community School Corporation is pleased to recognize Ms. Becky Cox, bus driver, as our support staff of the month. Becky has been a valued member of the FCCSC family for an incredible 41 years. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Throughout her career, she has consistently gone above and beyond to ensure students feel safe, cared for, and welcomed each day. Becky was nominated for this honor by a staff member who shared she is a good person all around. She's a good bus driver and takes great care of her students on the bus. Outside of work, Becky enjoys shopping and spending quality time with her family and friends. When asked what she loves most about her job, Ms. Cox shared, "I love seeing the kids grow up, mature, and become successful adults." Becky's long-standing dedication has allowed her to witness generations of students, that is the absolute truth, generations of students grow and succeed, leaving a lasting impact on countless lives. FCCSC is truly grateful for Ms. Cox's decades of service, unwavering commitment, and kindness that she brings to our school community each and every day. Well, thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. One more time for Ms. Becky Cox.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, Becky, I appreciate it.
Thank
Years
you
of
and
service.
congratulations. Congratulations.
Well, Becky, who did you bring with you tonight?
My fiance, Wayne Murray, and my son, Scott Cox.
Well, thank you for letting us borrow her every single day. We really do appreciate it. One more time, Ms. Becky Cox. All right, we are still catching up a little bit, as you can tell, so we're going to move on into February. If I can have our February Educator of the Month, Mr. Dustin Riley, join me up front. Let's hear it from Mr. Riley. Franklin County Community School Corporation is honored to celebrate Mr. Dustin Riley, Athletic Director at FC High School, as an Educator of the Month. Mr. Riley brings 18 years of experience in education, including 11 years of dedicated service to FCCSC Corporation. He holds a bachelor's degree in phys ed from Purdue University and a master's degree in educational leadership from the American College of Education. Dustin was nominated for this honor by a parent who shared, "He deserves so much recognition for all the time he spends making sure all the athletics run smoothly. He helps secure the funds needed for a sports program to obtain what they need and is very active in student lives, making sure that they are not only successful in sports, but academically as well. He truly cares for all students who attend the school. Mr. Riley's excellence has been recognized through numerous honors, including receiving the FFA Appreciation Award twice, being honored twice during Girls Basketball Staff Appreciation Nights, and being named a finalist for the I-Star Award. In addition to his role as athletic director, Dustin is actively involved in several organizations. He's a member of the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, serves as the president of the Franklin County Booster Club, and is the co-head coach of the boys golf team, which explains the look. Very good. Outside of school, Dustin enjoys spending time with his wife Stephanie and their children Carson and Adeline. Adeline? Yep, got it. In his spare time, he enjoys golfing, going to the movies, and watching professional and college sports. When asked about the most rewarding part of his job, Mr. Riley shared, "The most rewarding part of being an athletic director is watching students grow, gain confidence, and develop lifelong skills through athletics that will impact them later in life. I also enjoy seeing former students return and hearing how they have progressed in life, as well as creating memories with my colleagues at home games and on away trips." FCCSC proudly thanks Mr. Dustin Riley for the time, care, and passion he invests in students and athletes each day. His influence reaches far beyond the field and gym. And I also want to take a moment. I've been around a lot of athletic directors in my career, and I will tell you that this man dedicates a ton of time and a ton of effort and ensures that that program runs and runs well. I've never been to an event here that wasn't run at the varsity level, and that is absolutely incredible. One more time for Mr. Dustin Riley.
Good job this weekend, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Ready to do it again next year?
Sure, why not? We'll find you here in a few weeks.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Mr. Riley, I know that we're out and about, but who'd you bring with you tonight?
My wife and daughter are out there, Stephanie and Adeline, and my son Carson.
Very, very good. One more time for Mr. Riley. Next, we want to welcome up our February support staff of the month. Let's hear from Miss Amber Owens. Spotlight. Franklin County Community School Corporation is excited to recognize Miss Amber Owens, dedicated secretary at Brookville Elementary School, as our support staff member of the month. Mrs. Owens has been a valued member of the Brookville Elementary family for the past 10 years. serving 8 years as an instructional assistant and the last 2 years as the building secretary. Her commitment to students, families, and staff is evident in everything she does. Amber was nominated for this by a parent who shared the following: Amber is simply amazing. My child's previous school was pretty rough around the edges, and calling the school would make me anxious because I often felt judged as a parent. And my son felt the same. My son has had several health issues that required multiple doctor appointments throughout the year. Not once has Amber ever made me feel or my son feel bad about ourselves. And that is such a blessing. It honestly brings me to tears because my son is finally happy at school. Amber understands that families can't always control appointment times when doctors have the same hours as schools. Now, when I hear Amber's voice, I feel at ease, and so does my son. Thank you, Amber, for being such a hardworking, professional, kind, supportive, and caring person. You truly deserve this recognition. Outside of school, Mrs. Owens enjoys spending time with her family, taking her children to practices and games, and helping with their 4-H projects. She also enjoys reading, shopping, and going to the movies. When asked about the best part of her job, Ms. Owens shared, one of the best parts of my job is the staff I work with. The other part is the kids. FCCSC is grateful for Ms. Owens' dedication to creating a welcome, supportive, and compassionate environment for all students and families. One of my favorite things about Ms. Owens is
Can I add, I like snow days.
her appreciation for snow days. So I made my way to the building once, and I went in one of the other entrances. And by the time I got to the office, she was already calling me out for safety concerns around the fact that I hadn't checked in at the office. So I appreciate that very much, the kind of expectation that she sets in that office. And you definitely know.
It's like being harassed.
That's it. But always supportive to parents, and that's always appreciated, and honestly also supportive to our brand new principal as well. So thank you for that. So one more time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amber.
Thanks, Amber.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Amber, who'd you bring with you tonight?
I brought my husband Ray, my 2 sons Daniel and Adam, and then Mrs. Lambert, school counselor, and then Mrs. Tebby, the principal.
Well, thank all of you very much.
They just want to make sure I show up tomorrow. They got to answer the phone.
I'll be honest. Well, thank you. One more time, Ms. Owens. All right, before we take a pause and take some pictures, so we have one more celebration before we do that. I want to welcome Ms. Tanya Wirtz, who's going to welcome our speaker as well. Let's welcome her with a round of applause as well. Sneaky. Go ahead.
I'm not going to say much because the kid's going to say it all, but the first week of December, I had the great opportunity of taking this young lady to do leadership training for JAG, with her being a state president-elect of the Career Association. I've never had one for Franklin County before. She's the first, going to probably be the last, unfortunately, but I can't wait for her to explain her wonderful trip when we went to Washington, D.C. So, Miss Savannah Leach.
Thanks, Tanya, for that marvelous introduction. Good evening. My name is Savannah Leach, and I'm a senior here at Franklin County High School. I'm here today to discuss the opportunity that Ms. Tanya Wirtz and I were able to experience in Washington, D.C. I would first like to explain what JAG stands for and what it represents. JAG, also known as Jobs for America's Graduates, is a nonprofit organization that helps the youth better prepare for life after high school, whether it's going to college, a university, a trade school, the military, or even straight into the workforce. I'm not only a student who is in JAG, but I'm also the FCHS JAG president and the state of Indiana JAG president-elect. I don't only represent the state of Indiana, but I also represent Franklin County and FCHS. As the Indiana JAG Career Association president-elect, I had the privilege to travel to Washington, D.C. on December 2nd to 5th for the JAG National Student Leadership Academy, also known as NSLA. I was able to meet and bond with other JAG students in the United States, all the way from California to New Hampshire and from Montana to the Virgin Islands. In this academy, I learned how to become a better leader, listener, and I was also taught dining etiquette. At NSLA, we had the opportunity to tour our national monuments, as well as tour the Library of Congress and Thomas Jefferson's Library, which was very interesting. I had the opportunity to meet with Indiana State Representatives Todd Young's military affairs personnel and Gavin LaFoon. We discussed what exactly he does for Todd Young. We also discussed what JAG was and how the state of Indiana stopped funding for JAG. Although JAG will no longer be in the state of Indiana, I will be one of the last people to represent Franklin County High School. It was the highest honor I have ever obtained. I am proud to represent FCHS. Thank you.
Very, very good.
Savannah, I'm so proud of you.
Great job, Savannah.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So just to give a small bit of clarity, in case those who haven't been keeping up, one of the things that happened at the state level was they moved a line item from one department to another, and with that made some significant changes to funding around the JAG program itself. One of the things I learned very quickly when I got here is what a gift we have, not just in the program, but also in the people. And so we've already got a plan in place. We already have things rolling, and we already have quite a bit of things moving in the right direction where Ms. Tanya will be with us still, because we're not letting that go. And that it may look different, but we're gonna make sure that our kids get what they need. Because this program here is changing lives at an incredible rate. And I do believe that programs are important, but I think people are more. And so we've already been in conversation about what that is. So if there's any anxiety out there around what's happening, we have a plan. We have a plan, and it's gonna be good. So I'm very thankful for that as well. So we're gonna take a moment, and we're gonna take some pictures, and then we're gonna come back to our spotlight. That way, if some folks have to get going, they can. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring over first, let's bring over our January Educator of the Month, and also family. Be ready to come on over. You'll be first the individual, and then the family for a picture. Come on over. Family, you guys go ahead and get staged up. Come on over.
I was watching a program on Richmond, Indiana. I didn't realize that the very first school bus was made in Richmond.
All right, first individual.
Wayne
Yeah. And
Body.
then they came back and made the first medal.
All right, family right around.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, Wayne was there for a long time, then Carpenter bought him out.
Yeah.
Carpenter body. Of course,
Oh, really?
they're all gone
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Next up, we'll bring up Becky. Becky, come on up. First an individual, then we'll have a group shot.
She just
that
pulled
me?
me over.
Is that me?
I don't think so.
It's not me.
Got
Yeah,
it.
she's the winner.
All right, family, come on in. All right, Mr. Riley, come on up.
Right now. His wife is married for a long time. Never seems the same.
I had him in high school.
Wayne?
Yeah.
I like him.
Through
All
shot.
right, family, come
track-
join.
Track and field.
Come on over, take a picture.
Good guy. Plus he's got, what, a 32 Roadster out in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's funny how his wife goes to car shows, but they sit up together and do it. My wife Missy's right in amongst them.
Wow.
It's interesting.
Very good. Amber.
You see where Union County won the sectional girls section?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome.
And family? So then, you want to both come up. shifting gears, you're welcome to stay, but it's also if you want to roll, this is that time. All right, thank you very, very much.
Take it easy, my friend.
Oh, she's gonna stay.
Yes.
I just, sincerity thing to continue to have the sheriff's department.
I don't know where that came from. Somebody. I'm trained. Hand to hand. I can take on Greg right now. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here.
All right, so earlier this year, I asked our principals to each select a month and come to you with a bit of a program spotlight. Take a few minutes to talk about something fun and exciting and good that's happening in their building. And so tonight, we have Ms. Tebby, who's going to talk to us about a program here at BES. And I'm going to go over there and guide the slides. You just tell me when it's time for next. But let's welcome Ms. Tebby to the mic.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. I love a good spotlight, and then everybody left. So, I just really quickly, I want to say before and now that she's gone, Amber is literally like runs that building. So I could not make it without her. I said, today the phone rang, I had to answer the phone, and somebody said, I have a question, and can you answer it? And I said, oh yeah, sure. Then I had to put them on hold because I had to ask Amber. Like, I don't, so thankful for her. But I wanted to talk about our PBIS at Brookville Elementary. So that was one of my initiatives this year that I really wanted to focus on. So I'm going to talk about Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 and how we're working with that. So if you want to click to the next slide. So our Tier 1, I implemented that we were going to have clear expectations. So we have the Greyhound Leader Pledge, and then we have our voice levels. So the voice levels are used by every teacher, every specials teacher, aide, everybody, so the kids know what that means. And then we have our harmonica. So I brought this with me from my experience, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, and now they will tell you that it actually works. So the kids know when they hear the harmonica, their voices are off, they give the quiet sign, and then their eyes are on the adult. So that way, like when they're in the cafeteria or anywhere, like when I'm doing an assembly, if I play the harmonica, they all know what they're supposed to do. So it works really well, and now all the teachers are sold on it. So next slide. And then we have our Greyhound Pledge. We say this every morning with the announcements, just to remind the kids what we're working on, and what they're supposed to be as a Greyhound leader. I think sometimes it's nice to just have a reminder of what we're working towards. And then next is Tier 2. So Tier 2, this year, I talked to Mrs. Aaron, Mrs. Lambert about starting some lunch bunches. So what happened was she sent emails out to the teachers and wanted some of their higher risk students that they thought would benefit from having lunch bunch with her once a week. So they get together, they eat lunch together, and she does this at every grade level, and they talk about, whatever she wants the topic to be. When we first started, a couple of the kids were new to the building, so she made it more about like how we feel welcome in a new building, because that's nerve-wracking. And it's gone really well. The kids do not like when they miss it. If she's out sick or something, like they'll come to the office and want to know where she is. So that's worked really well. And then our Tier 3 is focusing on having counseling with her, or Mr. Kelly, the Dean of Students. He's fantastic with the kids, and then Encompass is there, and they're wonderful to work with the kids more one-on-one. So the next slide is just, we do a monthly incentive. Our main focus has been trying to figure out how we can do it for free, because the kids are just happy that they get something. And we like to go outside for recess when we can get outside. And then we have STEM bins, and they love the STEM bins. So we do this towards the end of the month. And I keep a spreadsheet of what kids have earned those Greyhound bucks so that they can attend it. So it's fun, but that's kind of one of the little things we have going on at the elementary that I'm very much enjoying.
So I think it's important, if you haven't been around the world of education, to know that this is something that has been researched research to the nth degree about changing student behavior, and as well as connecting with students and what they need. And so what you see around that tier 1 is that 80% of our students will have success just with universal supports. What everybody else gets, they'll be just fine. Then as you move up, some students just need a bit more, and what Ashley's talking about are some of those other pieces. But I also have exciting news. The board maybe has been following along Facebook, but Ashley's aware of this as well. Over the weekend, within 2 days of announcing it, we have $7,000 worth of business partners that have come through to say, yes, we want to connect. And so what she just said a moment ago, or how to do it for free, she's not going to have to figure out how to do it for free anymore, because we have 3 business partners that have already stepped up, and it's still open to others. Where we take those dollars, we split them by ADM or by each student, so every building has the balanced amount. And so every single one of those dollars go right back to these programs. And so very soon, as those checks start rolling in, she'll have the funds to support these efforts to say thank you for doing the right thing, right? Getting caught doing the right thing with the Greyhound Bucks. So very exciting program, really a great kickoff. We both have worked in Ohio for a long, long time. And so we're used to, this is what we have always done. And so bringing it here has been just really exciting. And et cetera. But does the board have any questions for Ms. Tebby? Or any comments?
I do know the harmonica works because I
was just thinking the same thing. I was going to ask you, do you play a harmonica?
No, you just blow it.
You blow it, but sorry, eventually you get like an art to it.
Yeah.
But the children's librarian here, and I can't think of her name right now, she like made these little holders, like they're like a little leather holder. So now all the teachers have them on their badges, and they just go in this little leather holder, and it's just, it's a cute little thing. So, but yeah, it does work. It's kind of, and I bought green harmonicas, for the crayons. So, but thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. That was great. Moving on to item number 5, statements from the public and employees.
We don't have any tonight, ma'am.
And we have no one signed up. So we will move on to item number 6, consent agenda items. So this is our minutes, expenditures, resignations, and internal position changes. This is for discussion and board action.
So with that, we'll need a first, second discussion and vote.
I so moved. Brandy
I'll second it.
and Kim second. Any discussion? Okay, excellent. All in favor to approve consent agenda items? 6-0. Excellent. So moving down to E, personnel new hires.
Yes, we have Brandy Brewer, cafeteria sub at MCS, just one tonight. So with that, I would need a first, second discussion and vote.
Is there a motion? Mr. Simonson? Second. And Ms. Wilson, second. Any discussion? All in favor? 6-0. That puts us to item number 7, the financial reports. Kendra, I'll hand it to you.
The education fund balance as of January 31st, 2026 was $6,119,027.66. A year ago, this balance was $6,827,979.23. The operations fund balance as of January 31st, 2026 was $521,836.62. A year ago, this balance was $208,207.98. The rainy day fund balance as of January 31st, 2026 was $4,164,641.37. A year ago, this balance was $4,303,400.92. The investment interest earned year-to-date as of January 31st, 2026 was $29,988.89. This is compared to $34,373.68 a year ago. I know I bring this up about every other month, but the month ended on a weekend. Therefore, we did not receive our interest from FCN, which is the bank that we have the largest accounts with. Therefore, we didn't receive interest in those accounts. So it will be a little different next month. You'll see the influx for 2 months worth.
Excellent. And this is discussion only. Any discussion for Kendra? Cafeteria report?
The cafeteria fund balance as of January 31st, 2026 was $107,543.20. This is compared to $186,529.26 a year ago. The latchkey fund balance as of January 31st, 2026 was $8,982.16. This is compared to $18,682.77 a year ago.
Excellent. And again, discussion only. Any discussion, any questions?
Why is there such a difference on that latchkey?
So I started digging into it. I'm not sure if in the month of December and November, we just had less attendance, and it's something I've actually been digging into, so I will give you an update as soon as I know.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Okay, moving on to item number 8, old business, and this was continuing from last month, conflict of interest disclosure statements. We have 2 of them, I believe. I also have one to hand over, so I'll let Mr. Gehring. And then
Is this both?
that's mine.
This is one?
Yes.
You have a second, or just the one?
I think Mr. Simonson had
Mine
one
is in the packet.
in the packet.
Yeah.
Grab the packet. 1 second. So we do have 2, and what has been the precedent thus far is that we look at each one and we vote on each one with a first, second discussion and vote. And so that's been the process we followed thus far, so we'll continue it that way. We'll start with Ms. Jessica Brennan's. She has disclosed that a name of a contractor or vendor, Mr. Michael Brennan, MCS 5th grade basketball coach, for that whopping giant stipend that the 5th grade basketball coach brings, for
Correct.
sure.
Yes.
It's a one-time payment for coaching the 5th grade girls basketball in 2026. So, with that being said, if the board would like to accept Ms. Brennan's conflict of interest statement has been the precedent, I would need a first, second, any discussion, and then a vote.
I so move to approve. Second.
All right, catch it up here. All right, any discussion?
He did point out that he makes almost as much as me, though. Just to be clear.
Very good. All right,
Will that be entered in the record?
I think so. All right, with that being said, no other discussion, except for home and family dynamics. I would just need a vote. If you approve, would you please raise your hand? Okay, got you, okay.
Thank you.
So it's 5-0 with 1 abstention.
Correct.
All right, very good. Our second for tonight is from Mr. Kim Simonson. And he is going to be disclosing the name of a contractor or vendor, Ms. Amy Coleman Simonson, his spouse. She is the Secretary of Attendance at Franklin County High School for the Franklin County Community School Corporation. And he does list her annual salary here for the board, and that'll be passed around. As has been the precedent, we would then look for a first, second, discussion, and vote.
I move we accept this conflict of interest.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Smack her right on the shoulder.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay. And then finally, a vote. Thank you very much.
Recuse.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Brenda, I think we're on to A.
Excellent. All right, so moving on to item number 9 is new business. Item A, the recommendations for the 2026 mowing and lawn care landscape maintenance.
Just 1 second to get caught up here. All right, Dustin Gearing Superintendent is recommending the following companies as winning bids for the 2026 mowing and lawn care landscaping contracts. For mowing at all 3 of the sites, I'm recommending White Oak Lawn Care LLC. And for our landscaping and lawn care, which is the chemicals and things of that nature, I'm recommending Get Green. We sent letters to 19 mowing companies, 7 lawn care landscaping companies. We received 13 bids for mowing and 1 bid for lawn care or landscaping. And thus, this is the outcome of that. With that recommendation, I would need a first, second discussion and vote.
Is there a motion? Okay, Mr. Simonson? And second, Beth Oster. Okay. Any discussion?
Just curious, is White Oak local or are they from Cincinnati?
I'd have to look up their address.
That's okay.
Okay, I
I just
apologize.
wondered.
And while you're doing that, we've had Get Green for a long time, and they've been very reliable, and
Yep,
I think that's good.
And they've given us
Yes.
the same price, which is nice.
Yes,
Even though
yes.
inflation certainly changes.
Who
Yes.
did it last year, just being curious?
So we had different companies for different sites.
Oh, okay.
At the 3 spots. So this year we landed with 1 at all 3. And I am gonna have to get back to you on their
No,
address.
I like
okay.
that,
I'm
that
good,
they're
thanks.
willing to do all 3 because I think that was an issue in the past.
Prior to me, maybe so. Last year wasn't necessarily an issue. This year I landed there because
I like that.
of the way the bids landed.
I like that.
I have just one question,
Yep.
just out of curiosity. Does the mowing also include like the weed eating and things like that, or is it just the mowing portion?
It's both
Okay,
mowing and weed eating.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Just for clarification, White Oak is out of Guilford, so relatively local.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
These employees of the companies that bid, do they have any background checks or anything to be on campus?
They sure do. And in fact, we've had situations
Good question.
prior where that didn't work out, and so we had to change companies. But yes, they are required to have background
Good.
checks. These are all great questions.
Yeah, great question. Excellent. Any other discussion? Okay. Let's put it to a vote. All in favor to approve White Oak Lawn Care and Get Green? Raise your hand. 6-0.
All right, item B, which we added at the beginning, is just a recommendation. Mr. Kaiser served in this role for 2 years with Brookfield Redevelopment, and so I would recommend that the board again brings Mr. Kaiser in as our Brookfield Redevelopment appointee. And with that, I would ask for a first, second discussion and a vote.
I so moved to approve.
Brandy Wilson? Is there a second? Katie Holman? Okay. Any discussion?
Yes, I was concerned if that was legal for him to be on Franklin County and Brookville, and it is legal. They've never really had and Sarah, do you know? Can you help me on this? There's nothing that says they can't be on both, correct? Okay.
Did we not vote on this last month?
That was the Franklin County.
Oh, okay.
This is the Brookville.
He's on both of them.
Okay, gotcha.
Any other discussion? Okay. So looking for a vote to approve Kevin Kaiser to continue as the Brookville Redevelopment Commission appointee.
Got it?
I'll raise your hand. All in favor?
Katie?
Katie, are you?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was writing as
I think
fast as I could.
we're 6-0. That's okay.
Just want to make sure, because I know
Yep.
you're down to 1 arm.
I am. Sorry.
You're doing your best.
All good. Understand, excellent, thank you. So that was our item added, 9B.
Yep.
That will take us to item number 10, other, which we'll start with committee reports. This was a request from the meeting last month to add to our agenda. So we'd like to speak to these committees, and maybe just a quick headline before I turn it over to Mr. Gehring. But these are kind of small subgroups, if you will. I guess I would describe them kind of a work stream of board members, so less than 4 always, 2 or 3. The idea is, as these very important topics, items, or sometimes it's just education come up, there is a focus group already gathered, prepared to do this work. There's no decision making. It's really just a group to focus in on the work and bring it back to the board to keep us all informed, or that really each of us could reach out to if there were questions. So that's the spirit behind the committees. It's not new. It's actually been in place for years. I think last year we just put more structure to it, so we thought it made sense to bring it to the agenda.
So the way I like to operate just for tonight is to name the committee, name the members, give a very brief synopsis as to what's happening there, and then open it up to any members that would like to add on. And you're welcome to do that. And then from here out, during this portion of every meeting, any member can give an update to what's happened recently. Not every committee meets every month, so there may be times where there's nothing to add, and it's perfectly fine. But for tonight, I'm going to go through each one and then pause. If anyone has something to add, you're welcome to it. The first committee, and going back to last January, these were committees that I created to be a bit more specific to some of the things that we wanted to be talking about the most in small groups. And so I'm very thankful to the board, because it's more meetings, it's more time, it's more effort. So I appreciate this very much. All right, so academic achievement is run by Ms. New. Mr. Kaiser, Ms. Holman, and Mr. Simonson are all members of that. That is a group that gets together and talks about how are we doing academically and what are we doing about it. And so ultimately we look at test scores, data, then of course what are the strategies that we're using to address any concerns or gaps, and then of course also any celebrations that we have. So it's more of a survey, oversight over how things are going academically. Anyone from that group want to add on?
Yeah, I will. I enjoy being on that committee. Shannon does a great job, by the way. One of my initial concerns in the beginning when we were meeting was uniformity in all the schools. If we're going to use this data, then therefore we should be kind of in the same place with all the schools doing the same thing. So, and then she was very receptive to that, and she follows through, and she gets back to you in a good timeline. So that was kind of a early on assessment that we were kind of dealing with. So, thank you.
Thank you. All right. The next committee is staff morale or culture. Ms. New also heads that one up, and Ms. Holman and Ms. Wilson are both on that committee as well. That committee looks at how can we support our staff to ensure that they're feeling appreciated and welcomed in our buildings as a part of our staff through whether it be a survey or different incentives or things of that nature, getting together to talk about what does our staff need to make sure they bring their best foot forward every single day, as well as choose to stay at FCCSC each year. That's a big part of the conversation as well. With that being said, would any of the members like to mention anything further?
I mean, I enjoy the committee. I think, like Kim said, Shannon does a really great job leading that committee. And I feel like, we have some things coming out that we've been talking about, which will give us more direction. So I'm really excited about that, finding out that information to lead us the right way with what we need to do, because our staff is very important. And I personally would like for them to be happy and want to come back next year and keep coming back every year.
For sure. All right, our next committee is Marketing or Community Connection. I have an opportunity to lead that committee with Ms. Wilson and Ms. Foster. And this is a time that we get together to talk about how do we connect with folks out there that are maybe in business or otherwise, ensuring that we're having these discussions of how are we looking out there, as well as what you're seeing out of the business partnership program. This was a group that was able to vet that process and get it to where it is now. And so making those connections along the way, and then just really looking for opportunity to find other groups or other businesses that want to say yes to FCCSC and the way in which we would do that. And so that group meets together about every other month as well. Would anyone like to add on to that group?
I found with this group that if you simply just ask and let them know, then they come back with something or nothing, or sometimes we'll think about that. What can we do? Yeah. It's good.
I've been really excited about this one just because I like doing marketing. And it's been nice to see how it has grown and blossomed, and we're starting to see fruits of our labor from it, which has been really nice. And I'm really excited about everything going on at the elementary and seeing that feed into that.
Very good. Our next committee is our athletics or ECAs. I also have a chance to lead that committee along with Mr. Kaiser, Ms. Foster, and Mr. Simonson. This is a group that talks about our athletic programming as a whole, not just each sport individually, but more like how do we ensure strengthening our programming, as well as there's been some community connection as well coming out of this group, but to ensure that we are honoring those that are current as well as past, and thinking and looking forward to our future for our athletes and ensuring that programming is there. Would anyone on the committee like to add on?
Sure, I'll make a statement here. I enjoy the conversation, and it's broad, because some of the things that we've talked about so far since I've been involved, of course we had some issues with the football field. We talked about that and tried to understand that dilemma. And then obviously we worked with the recent naming of the soccer field for Mr. O'Brien, trying to set a criteria for that. And then we discussed the Wall of Fame, Hall of Fame, and the pictures of the athletes that used to be up, and also talked about bringing in a group called the Legacy, meaning that some of the athletes from the other schools had fed into Franklin County High School. So those were just some of the issues I thought of. Beth, do you have anything?
No, I just think it's a really good group because we can throw things out there and open ideas, and it just makes us think more about what's, going on. I really I enjoy the camaraderie of all of everyone.
And it should be noted that also Mr. Riley joins us for
Yes.
that conversation as well. Thank you very much.
And kudos to Mr. Riley for hosting the girls sectional.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And having to make a quick move with the snow and
Yeah, that was
shift
crazy.
everything, right?
That
I
was
mean,
crazy.
Yes.
I was pretty amazed. Not surprised, because that's what the man does, but it's still pretty amazing to see that all come together.
People don't understand how much work there is into that and how many contacts, and I mean, he did a wonderful job.
Yes.
Wonderful. And he got a big kudos on Facebook too, if you read that. They just, the schools that were involved just really kept going on and on and on how well it was organized, how friendly people were, everything like that.
I think it was the Dairy Cottage chicken that got it.
Yeah. Yep. That's what
I
it
heard the
was.
brownies scored kind of high.
For sure.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
witnessed that.
Easy. All right. Our next, we got a few more. Our Master Facility Capital Projects Committee. I have a chance to lead that along with Ms. Franks. And joining us there is Mr. Kaiser, Brennan, Ms. Brennan, and Mr. Burris. And this is a group that gets together that talks about how our facilities are doing and kind of keeps updated on what's happening with different projects along the way, as well as suggesting even sometimes future projects as to what's possible there. Not a decision group, but more like a place to check in around ideas and ensure that, where do we need to go with this or that or the other regarding our facilities. It's an idea session, to be honest with you, and that's what it's become, is what is possible here as a small group that gets together to talk about that. And with that, I'll turn it over to anyone on the committee that'd like to add on.
I really enjoy this committee, and we kind of collaborate and have different ideas, and sometimes Jessica may bring an idea that's wonderful that I hadn't even thought about. It's just a really good opportunity to get other people's views. on things, and we're just so excited about some of the new projects coming up that we talk about.
Yeah,
I think it's a great thing.
I would echo that. I tell everybody this, even just when I bump into people out, in the community, I almost always hear something new. There's always some new idea, and people will go, I know this is silly, or I haven't thought of that, but it really truly is something new. It's worth sharing. So it's a great idea session. Sometimes there's random small stuff that doesn't feel like a big deal, but it's overlooked. But it's a big deal because it's in our buildings that we've talked about and brought shine some light on and get little things fixed too. So.
Yeah, there's been a couple of projects that have come out of just idea sessions
Yeah.
from that group. Just small things along the way, things to celebrate.
Forget whose desk. Somebody's desk at one of the buildings was brought up for.
Our assistant principal at the high school
Is that who it was?
had
Yeah.
a desk issue that Ms. Franks was
Yep.
very concerned about.
Yes.
We took care of that.
Yes, things like that
The
are
faucets,
important. Yes.
in the high school bathrooms were another
Yeah.
discussion. These are idea sessions. Anyone else on master facility? All right, I'm going to introduce them, let Ms. Franks describe it, because it's her committee, not mine. But next up is our budget and finance. This group is actually BOE approved in January each year. And so who has been on that was Ms. Foster and Ms. Brennan. What is current and going forward right now is Ms. Foster and Mr. Burris. I know that Jessica's mentioned, because we were looking for continuity of committee, that she may reach out and say, hey, can I join in? And that's a simple process that we've already established amongst the board. It's just an email away, hint, hint. If you want to join back into that committee to keep continuity going, just an email away. With that being said, Ms. Franks, what do you discuss at that group?
Yeah, this is really good kind of training time that I feel like I get to reach a small group of the board and really dive deep into the finances and the budget process and how it works and how all of the funds kind of interlock with each other. And it's a great time to really explain how legislation changes and how it changes our funds. And then that way we've discussed too about, sometimes I'm in it every day, right? And I feel like I may be speaking to everybody, but it's a great way that I get kind of feedback of being able to say, hey, this is a little complex, or hey, how can we explain this better? And it's a great way that I feel like I get to reach out to Ms. Brennan and Mr. Burris and say, these are what's going on. And then they're kind of a tool for the rest of the board to, if I miss something, they can always step in and chime in.
Anyone from the board want to add on to that from the committee?
I just want to thank Kendra for giving me an education every single session we have.
I would second that. I worked on that all last year as well, and it's complex. So I think just having that education each time and really keeping it so that we do understand, at least at high level, not at Kendra level, but we understand, and we can speak to that or ask the questions that, when you're in it every day, like you said, you assume and that we might not know.
Next up is transportation, kind of a late in the game committee. It's headed up by Ms. McCoy. Mr. Kaiser and Ms. Foster, Mr. Kaiser and Mrs. Foster are both on that committee. This is a group that looks at transportation issues, things coming up, reviewing different things such as the bidding process and the way we want to operate, and just really a place to bounce ideas off of for myself and Ms. McCoy, just to make sure that are we thinking the right stuff? Are we missing something? Just to get a group together to join in on that. And we're very thankful for that group as well. Would anyone like to add on anything for transportation?
No, we got a big date coming up.
It's a big process right now.
Big date.
Absolutely. All right, lastly, it's just our bargaining committee that meets each fall. That's a part of the bargaining process. That is our president and vice president, and historically. And so going into the fall will be Ms. Brenda and Mr. Simonson, but I know Ms. Foster's also joined on that committee as well. So I just want to take a moment to thank the board for jumping in. This was a new concept, a lot of new committees, and really trying to kick these things off. And I'm looking forward to some of the work we can do, as well as the reports we're going to give. And just a reminder to everyone that some of these committees only meet once every other month, so there may not always be something to update along the way. So we'll look forward to March and beyond with committee updates. Ms. Brennan?
Excellent.
I have a question, since we're still under new business, and I don't know if this needs to go there. And can I bring it up even though it's not on the agenda? The Chromebooks and chargers, should I keep that later, or should I put that under something else?
I would say procedurally, that would probably be a future agenda request.
Okay.
But,
That's fine.
okay, got it. All right, item 11?
Yes, item 11, superintendent's report.
Yeah, I'll be brief. Just a couple things. First off, recently we honored some retirees through our consent agenda items, but one of the things that was asked is if we could start reading the retirees' names out loud. We don't typically read those who are leaving us as resignation or et cetera, but why not celebrate our retirees? So we did not do that previously, so I want to catch that up, and then we'll do it going forward. Our retirees from the previous meeting, Ms. Bobby Princell, a teacher at BES, Ms. Amy Mitchum, teacher at FCMS, Brad Stacy, teacher at FCMS, and Jackie Barraclough, teacher at FCHS, were all named in those consent items, and we thank them for their incredible service for years and years, and we'll actually have a chance to celebrate them in June, as we always do. But we did want to read those out loud, and so we wanted to catch that up. Very quickly, just want to take a moment and say thank you to the Franklin County road crews. What an incredible job they've done, particularly just last week when I was having an absolute conniption fit when the snow was coming in at 10 a.m. and I was promised it would be gone by 3, and I went driving at 11:30 because I was going to make sure that I was not canceling my appointment because of the snow while kids are still in session. So, but boy, they did a great job. Honestly, they got the roads really cleaned up quickly, and our dismissal was safe, and I'm thankful for that. And they do it all the time. Our road assessment teams for always taking on the worst of conditions to see what's possible. And everyone, honestly, everyone, parents, students, staff, everyone around synchronous instruction, we tried something. I'm not going to call it new. It's not new. It's been around since COVID, but we did it, and we did it well. The attendance percentages were unbelievable. So the rule is 50% for 50% of the day, but we were at 94%. On many of those days, and that's just incredible. And to have that as an option really gives us a chance to make some moves where we're not extending the calendar past Memorial Day, which isn't just about having a vacation. It's about what happens in the buildings and what's going on, and it's just not. That's not. I'd rather have days elsewhere, to be honest with you, because that's where our kids will do the most work. But big kudos are on everyone for jumping into that process there. Obviously, lots of other things to talk about. I just want to end it with that and just say thank you to that group. Brendan?
Excellent. Next, item 12, legislative updates. Kevin is our legislative liaison. He's not present, but I maybe just open it to the board. I don't know if anyone has any discussion, anything there to add. I'd welcome that. Sounds like there are none. We'll go to item number 13, future agenda requests. Beth, I think you had something in mind.
Yes, and I don't know really if it's a request, but I think it's something that we need to look at. We haven't had snow like this for a long, long time. And the kids were told to take their Chromebooks home. Well, that's great, and they have to because they have to do their work and whatever. But our issue was that some classrooms have carts that they plug their Chromebooks into. So then they had no chargers to take home. So my request would be I hope it doesn't snow like this every year, but we need to look at that. And we do have new Chromebooks, so it wouldn't be something, isn't this the first year or the second year?
This is our first year. First year.
So I understand it's cost related, and I understand that they lose them, and I understand all that. Sure. And I did look at the new Chromebooks because I finally got one because mine died.
Okay.
So, so there was, you could plug it in with a regular charger as long as it wasn't too big or too.
And most of them are not.
Right, right. So I don't know how many we need.
interesting you
if
bring
we
this up.
need, but
Yeah.
it just needs to be looked at because I know some kids said their Chromebooks went down.
So we, immediately after our first synchronous day, after our next team meeting, we have a team that meets every week called SLT. It's our strategic leadership team here at central office, and we bring all the issues, right? We cross silos, we're not afraid to give an opinion. We call each other our equal opportunity offenders, right? I'll offend you, you offend me, but we're gonna get to a better conclusion. One of the things that we discussed there was what's possible, right? And so I have Toby already chasing what's possible around chargers as we approach the next school year and what would be the plan. So things are rolling that direction, and so we've had that. We know it's something we want to, definitely do better at for sure, because who would have known that this is going to be to this degree?
Yeah.
And I don't want to tear apart the carts because those are very important.
No.
But I do believe by the time we get to next school year, we'll have a solution that's going to be a little bit better than, hey, I hope that you have a USB-C at home, which the feedback I got was that a lot of folks did have that particular charger, but we want to make sure we get it to everybody, right? We don't want anyone to lose an opportunity because they didn't have the right charger. But, yes, I have a team that is already chasing that exact thing.
Good.
So I do not have that as a future agenda request.
No,
Just a
just to
topic to keep.
Look in to see what
Got
we
it.
can do for next year.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have any more snow this year.
I'll be honest.
Knock on wood.
I know where it was,
Any future agenda requests otherwise? Okay. Recognition and acknowledgements?
I got a couple.
Okay.
Good things.
Okay.
I think our president had signed the whole milk in school bills, I believe, on a Monday. And I got a hold of Jessica DeFawcett on a Thursday, and I said, Jessica, is this something we're going to be able to have in our school and implement it? She says, yes, we're starting it Monday morning. So I just think that's wonderful that she was so,
Right on it.
yes, she was. And I said, Jessica, how much more is this gonna cost us? Because I think we talked about that at one point a long time ago, that it was just gonna be too expensive and we wasn't sure. 10 cents a carton, she knew that immediately.
Okay.
And so I just think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And then the other one is I had gotten a text from a young lady, and I was trying to send it to Jessica. Jessica and I talked about it, and being the genius I am with the phones and the computers, I deleted it instead.
Oh.
So that's why you never seen it.
Okay.
But the gist of the text was, she said, I'm a fresh Franklin County graduate, so I assume she must have been midterm. But she was bragging on how much Dustin comes over to the high school and just walks around. She says it doesn't have to be a special, it's quite lengthy. She said it doesn't have to be a special event, that he shows up daily and just walks around and talks to us. And he's not just building bridges with the parents, he's building bridges with our students. So thank you for doing that.
That's very kind.
I just wish I hadn't have done that. So I wanted Jessica to read it to the board. It was a lot more than that, but that's what I can remember from a month ago.
I very much appreciate that, and more. I don't know that it's always the case that they're happy to see me all the time. But most recently on the kind of snow day when the snow was drying up by 3:00, and as I stood outside the gym and they were crossing past me, I was yelling at them to drive safe. That they had better drive safe. They better be careful. And one student said, "Mr. G, we probably should have been off today." I said, "You're probably right." So not always the best, but absolutely, I appreciate that.
Well, I
very
just
much.
appreciate the fact that a high school student will reach out to us and take time to text us about
100%.
stuff like this.
That's incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a quick shout out to, after the mega snow, but it's our maintenance people who remove that.
At Central Campus.
Yes.
Yes.
So those guys had to be working their tails off over there during that. So, in fact, I've talked to a couple since then, but what a job that must have been. So,
Yeah, the mega snow.
I have one, and it may be out of turn for this month because you may recognize them next month. So I'll just stare over here at Beth. But I had the opportunity to go to the ISMA competition this last weekend with our choir.
Oh, yeah.
And they were phenomenal. The weekend before was band, and just kudos to Mr. Williams, to just everyone that is involved with this. But to hear our students perform, and I think that he told me out of everything, I know my two students that went, they both received gold.
Oh, great.
But it was just amazing, and it was well-run. And to be there all day and just watch them, loved it. It was a good representation of our school.
Anyone else? Okay. I think that takes us to adjournment. So we will adjourn tonight at 7:08 p.m. Next regular school board meeting, 6 p.m., Monday, March 9th, here at the admin building.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
See, we got the